Look down at your phone or computer keyboard. Notice anything weird? It's arguably the most important tool of the modern age, the bridge between your thoughts and the digital world. Yet the letters are completely jumbled up. QWERTY. Why isn't it just A, B, C, D, E? You learn the alphabet in a very specific order as a child, but when it comes to typing, we're all forced to use a chaotic arrangement that looks like a cat just walked across the keys. Today, we are answering a question that has been sitting literally right at your fingertips your entire life. Why is the keyboard not in ABC order? Right here on Simple Things Surprising Histories. Believe it or not, the very first keyboards were in alphabetical order. Back in the late 1860s, an American newspaper editor and inventor named Christopher Latham Sholes built one of the world's first commercially successful typewriters. Naturally, he arranged the keys in a way that made sense to everyone, A, B, C, D, straight through to Z. His early models actually looked a lot like a piano with 2 rows of keys. For a brief moment, it seemed perfect. Anyone could sit down, find the letter they needed, and strike the key. But almost immediately, a massive problem emerged. The machine simply couldn't keep up with human hands. To understand why this happened, you have to look inside an antique typewriter. Every time you pressed a key, a small metal arm called a type bar would swing up to strike an ink ribbon against the paper. In the English language, certain letters are almost always used together. Think of TH or ST. On Sholes' alphabetical keyboard, these frequently paired letters were placed very close to each other. When a typist hit these neighboring keys in succession, the metal arms would swing up at the exact same time, clash in the middle, and violently jam. The typist would have to stop, reach into the machine, and physically untangle the messy clump of ink-covered metal. It was frustrating and completely ruined productivity. Sholes realized that to make his machine work, he needed to separate the most common letter pairings to give the mechanical arms time to fall back into place before the next one rose. Over several years of trial and error, Sholes shifted the letters around. But the new arrangement wasn't just about preventing jams. During this era, typewriters were heavily used by telegrapher operators. Their job was to listen to incoming Morse code and instantly type out the messages. The alphabetical layout was highly confusing for them because certain Morse code sounds were incredibly similar but translated to letters that were awkwardly placed on an ABC board. Sholes took direct feedback from the operators, moving keys like Z and S closer to where the telegraphers needed them. By 1873, the layout had evolved into the QWERTY layout we know today. Oh, and here's a fascinating little detail. Look at the top row of your keyboard. Notice how the word typewriter can be spelled using only the top row of letters? This wasn't an accident. It was a clever gimmick so traveling salesmen could rapidly type the brand name to impress potential buyers without hunting for the keys. In 1878, the Remington Company released the Remington No. 2 typewriter, featuring the QWERTY layout. It was a massive commercial success. Soon, touch typing courses were developed specifically for this layout, and millions of people trained their muscle memory. Decades later, when computers finally replaced typewriters, the mechanical jamming problem completely vanished. We could have easily switched back to an alphabetical layout. We even had more efficient layouts, like the Dvorak keyboard, designed in the 1930s to be faster and easier on the hands. But we didn't. Society was already locked in. Retraining millions of typists and redesigning every machine on Earth was simply too expensive and too difficult. So the next time you send a text or write an email, take a second to appreciate the chaotic genius of your keyboard. You were typing on a 150-year-old solution to a mechanical traffic jam that doesn't even exist anymore. It is a true ghost in the machine. Thank you for joining me on Simple Things Surprising Histories. If you enjoyed this little trip back in time, please hit that like button, share this video with a curious friend, and subscribe to the channel for more hidden histories of our everyday world. I'll see you in the next one.